Good morning. On behalf of the students and staff, welcome to the 2026 Carl E. Perkins Vocational Training Center graduation. I am Alan Gullett, Director of the Carl E. Perkins Vocational Training Center. The Perkins Center is committed to high, in-demand training in Kentucky's job sectors, enabling Kentuckians with disabilities the opportunity to obtain the services they need to become career ready. The 2026 graduation is our 53rd anniversary year, and this is our 52nd commencement ceremony. We have 86 individuals eligible to graduate this year. They represent 44 counties in the state of Kentucky, and they have 91 industry credentials. Graduates have received customized training and are equipped to start careers in the following: automotive detailing, food service, barista, forklift, groundskeeping, materials management, office technology, and I would like to state that office technology has an online portion, and we have a young man graduating today that did the online office tech class. He is here today. This is the first time we've been on campus. I want to thank him for the work he did. He also completed the online permit class. So this is his first visit to campus. We're glad he's here with us today, and his parents are as well. So thank you for coming and being here today, Dawson Hill. Husband. We also have graduates in building maintenance, custodial, cosmetology, child care, CVS retail pharmacy, and Big Sandy Community and Technical College. We would also like to extend a special welcome to our graduates' families. Thank you for making the trip today. I know for some of you it was quite a long drive. As Pastor Garrett said, we do have students from Duke and Ohio and north and south as well, so some of you had probably 6-7 hour drive to get here, so thank you for being with us today. We appreciate your support of your student and our facility. We would also like to thank Representative Angela Burchett from Senator Rand Paul's office with us today, and a representative from Congressman Andy Barr's office, Craig Shopper. Thank you both for being with us today. We would also like to thank staff in the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation that are with us today. We have several of those staff with us traveling from Frankfurt. We appreciate you being here and supporting our work at the Perkins Center. I would like to also thank the Perkins Center staff who are involved in the planning of this event and the many hours that have gone into getting things ready, from everything outside to inside, and the flowers, the stage, everything that you did to make this ceremony special for the graduates. I truly appreciate that. Also special thanks to Jennifer Pelfrey and Stephanie Tackett, who both served as co-chairs of this graduation committee. Thank you to our interpreters. Thank you to Larry Hyden for the music, and Clint Reynolds and his crew for carrying the chairs, preparing the stage, and the work that was done there. Also, the entire graduation committee and the work you did to make this ceremony possible. Thank you. Finally, to all Perkins Center staff, thank you for your endless patience, your unwavering belief in these students, and your refusal to let anyone give up. When these graduates first walked through our doors, you saw the possibilities. You didn't just teach from a textbook, you provided hands-on guidance, adapted to every unique learning style, and opened doors to real-world opportunities. You have not just taught a curriculum, you have built independent futures. Graduates, Let's hear it for the phenomenal staff who helped you turn your possibilities into today's accomplishments. And now we will have a graduate from our cosmetology program, Willow Carter, comes to sing A Million Dreams.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting out for me that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, though no one's home before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me. We can live in a world that we desire. So every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams to keep me away. The one the world could be, a vision of the one I
Executive Commissioner, Mr. Mike Yoder. Mike Yoder is a strategic leader in Kentucky's workforce development system, where he oversees talent initiatives for the Department of Workforce Development. With prior experience in economic development, he brings a unique perspective on aligning workforce strategy with business and community needs. Mike is known for building strong partnerships, driving coordinated action, and implementing systems that help people, businesses, and communities thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, Education Labor Cabinet Commissioner, Mr. Mike Yoder.
Well, thank you all. Before anything else, I want to just acknowledge the staff of the Perkins Center. What happens here is not simple work. It takes counselors, instructors, therapists, directors, janitorial staff. It takes everyone working together to accomplish the same goal. And it's that kind of coordinated, genuine commitment to the people you serve is something I don't want to take for granted every day. So thank you for what you do, and really, truly thank you for letting me be here today, all of you. To the graduates, I have the privilege of seeing what this center has done for Kentucky. I know what you have accomplished here was not necessarily a given. Getting here was not a simple thing. It took effort, it took drive, it took commitment. It took sometimes all of you, and even sometimes more than all of you. So thinking through like what you thought was possible, now you've accomplished that. You're here, you're sitting in this seat, and you are graduating. Long ago, it may have felt impossible. The program might have been hard, the relationships might have been hard, the thought of just showing up every single day might have been hard, but you did it, and you showed up, and you accomplished it, so congratulations. From day one of the Governor Beshear and Lieutenant Coleman administration, they have been an education-first administration. Education is important. They recognize that with education, there are barriers, and you guys are proof that barriers can be overcome. Those barriers are not permanent, and education does matter and will open the doors for you. I get to be here because my department supports the work that happens here at this center. I get the true privilege of standing behind people like Cora and Alan and their teams that make all of this possible. I just simply get to say, great job, what do you need? And it's absolutely a privilege, so thank you for that opportunity. For the last 50 years, we've seen that the Perkins Vocational Center has been serving Kentuckians, and what makes this place different is not just the programs it offers, but that it gives access to all Kentuckians. It gives access to all Kentuckians to have the opportunity to learn, to grow, to obtain a credential that will walk with them throughout wherever their journey takes them. That matters, and I think it deserves to be recognized. It's a great opportunity and a great place to be. Now, where do you go from here? What comes next? You've made it this far. One of the things that our department does is we work every day to connect you as Kentuckians to opportunities. My work in economic development, I know that businesses are looking for people that are trained, people that are dependable, and people are ready. And today, that's you. That's all of you sitting here in front of us. Business is ready for you, so show up, and they will be there to support you. But today's not the finish line. It's just kind of the first phase of this journey, right? Keep setting goals, keep asking questions, keep pushing forward, keep thinking about what is possible and achieving that possibility. Our department is here to support you. They've been here through this process, and we're here moving forward, so please leverage that. The theme today was today's accomplishments were yesterday's possibilities. So here's what I want you to take from that. You just proved something to yourself that you may not have fully believed before you walked into this center. So the question I think that's worth sitting and reflecting on is not where you've been, but now what is possible. What is possible that possibly did not feel possible before? Because if this was possible to get here, the answer to the question is much bigger than you could ever dream. So congratulations to you. Keep pushing, keep dreaming while it's possible, and keep accomplishing it. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Commissioner Yoder. Next, we have Cora McNabb, Executive Director of the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. Cora has more than 30 years of experience in the field of rehabilitation in the areas of workforce initiatives, management, administration, and grant writing. For most of her career, she has provided direct oversight for programs for individuals with disabilities and employment. Cora has been a great advocate for the Perkins Center, and we appreciate her work and continued support of our services. However, Cora will be retiring in a few short weeks. So staff have gotten together in the past few weeks, and we have a book we want to present her when she comes up. It's called Happy Retirement. We truly wish her the best, and we have appreciated her leadership over the years, and just all the support that she's given us has been just tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, Cora McNabb.
They also gave me a beautiful wreath, so thank you so much. So today, we're here to celebrate a remarkable achievement. Today's accomplishments were yesterday's possibilities. Graduates, I'm asking you today to reflect on and think about your journey that brought you here. So not long ago, graduation was just a goal that you had, a dream that you hoped to achieve, and through hard work and determination on your part, that dream has come true today. Today, it's a reality. Now, it's not a reality like Survivor and some of those shows. It's a real reality. So every challenge you have overcome, every lesson you've learned has brought you today to this auditorium, to this moment that you are sharing with the Perkins staff, your families, and your friends. Your success today is proof that possibilities become accomplishments when you believe in yourself. So I want to share some examples with you of individuals who turned possibilities into accomplishments. Abraham Lincoln, he was born in a one-room log cabin. He faced numerous setbacks throughout his life, including business failures and personal losses. But despite those challenges, he pursued, and he became the 16th President of the United States. His leadership during the Civil War and his role in abolishing slavery has cemented his legacy as one of the greatest presidents. Thomas Edison, often regarded as America's greatest inventor, faced numerous failures before success. He was labeled by his teachers as addled, or that word means confusion, or some of you right in the room might remember that sometimes you refer to eggs as being addled, which means they're rotten. Despite that, Edison's relentless curiosity and determination led him to invent the light bulb and numerous other innovations. His story is a powerful reminder that failure is often a stepping stone to success. Helen Keller, who lost her sight and hearing at a young age, overcame immense challenges to become an author, an activist, and a lecturer. With the help of her dedicated teacher, Anne Sullivan, Keller learned to communicate and went on to advocate for people with disabilities. Her story of perseverance and determination continues to inspire millions of people around the world. Martin Luther King, Jr. dedicated his life to fighting for civil rights and equality. Despite facing imprisonment, threats, violence, his unwavering commitment to nonviolent protest and justice led to significant advances in civil rights in the United States. His I Have a Dream speech remains one of the most powerful calls for equality and justice. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, led the nation through some of the most challenging times, including the Great Depression and World War II. Despite being diagnosed with polio and facing significant physical challenges, Roosevelt's leadership and determination helped shape modern America. So all of these individuals were once where you are today, sitting in those chairs, ready to go out in the world and find their place. As you leave this chapter of your life here at Perkins and begin the next, remember that your future is filled with new possibilities. Congratulations, class of 2026. May you dream boldly and work hard. Thank you.
Thank you, Cora. Next is our keynote speaker, Dr. Hannah Edelin. Dr. Hannah Edelin is a first-generation college graduate whose path has taken her from student leadership to the classroom to statewide advocacy. After earning degrees in communications and history from Northern Kentucky University, where she served as student body president and a member of the Board of Regents, and working in government at every level before entering education through Teach for America. Hannah also taught middle school in Covington Independent Schools while completing her master's degree in education policy studies at the University of Kentucky. Her community honored her with the 2022 Next Generation Leader Award in Education. Also in 2022, Hannah was crowned Miss Kentucky and became the official spokesperson for Kentucky Proud. Known as Kentucky's teacher, she traveled more than 65,000 miles, visited over 100 schools, and reached tens of thousands of Kentuckians through her literacy initiative, Read Ready Kentucky. A children's book author and passionate literacy advocate, Hannah now serves as Director of Policy and Strategic Initiatives at Kentucky Youth Advocates. Leads the statewide Bloom Kentucky initiative. She also sits on the Covington Independent School Board. She recently completed her PhD in Education Sciences at the University of Kentucky, specializing in education policy and evaluations. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Hannah Edelin.
Oh, wow. Let's just take a moment for this moment. I want you to look around. I want you to find someone here that encouraged you and supported you. Give them a smile. Got a few laughs here. All right, well, I'm Hannah Edelin, and today I have the honor of giving you your very last lesson at this institution. So what better way than to take you back to your childhood for just a moment and talk about Legos. Yes, Legos. Some of you may have sat on your Lego coming in, may have startled you just a moment. But nearly 100 years ago, a carpenter named Ole Kirk Christensen began making wooden toys in Billund, Denmark. He later named his company Lego, from the Danish phrase meaning play well. And play well you have. You have built friendships here, you've built memories here, you've acquired real skills here, and now you're building your future. In 1949, the first plastic brick was created, the same iconic brick that you know today. But here's the truth. Legos really aren't about toys. They're about becoming the builders of tomorrow by imagining the possible and then making that possible a reality. How fitting for a commencement ceremony where each of you have imagined something, your own possibilities, and then you've worked tirelessly to make it a reality. A few weeks ago, I was home in Springfield, Kentucky, and I was playing with my 3 little nieces when I stepped on a Lego, barefoot. And I said words that I cannot say in front of your parents today. But in that ouch moment, I realized something. Life is a lot like Legos in some ways. It teaches us through the building and through the stepping. So today, I want to leave you with 3 Lego lessons for the road ahead. And yes, I know the rule is to keep your personal self out of a commencement speech, but I've learned that when we share our stories, we give permission for others to share theirs and to be bold about owning their own stories. And if breaking a rule helps us connect, well then today this is my one small act of rebellion. All right, lesson number 1, lay the first brick. I want you to say it with me. Lay the first brick. All right, now you. Lay the first brick. All right, we're doing good so far. Every big build starts with one small piece. That might be trying something new for the first time, taking a chance on a job. Maybe you're not even qualified for it yet, but you believe in yourself. Or even just starting one small task of many to come. I remember when I sat in my commencement at Northern Kentucky University, my hands were sweating, my heart was pounding, and I kept thinking, why are these graduation robes so hot? Have they not evolved enough to get us cooler robes? I mean, come on. I was also on the cusp of tears because I knew that I was changing the trajectory of my family and what my nieces would later see as possible. And even though I was graduating, I was still not quite sure what I wanted to do with my life. And to be honest, I'm still figuring it out. Most of us are. A mentor told me, just start somewhere. Start where you feel energized. Start where you feel like you can make an impact. Start where your skills and curiosity meet. For me, I knew that first brick was going to be teaching in a classroom. After college, I joined Teach for America, and I taught middle school for 3 years. What a first brick to lay. The next thing I know, I was recognized for the next generation leader in education. It's crazy how when you lay one brick, you work really hard, how those fruits of your labor will show up. Right now, this moment is just one brick in the larger story you're building. You may not know exactly where you're going, and that's okay. We're all figuring it out. Your first brick may feel small, it may feel huge, but brick by brick, you'll build a future. And as you build, new doors and opportunities are going to open up, and that's the process where you'll discover yourself and your unique encodings. What makes you, you, is through those bricks. Lesson number 2, sometimes you have to build without instructions. So let me hear you say, build without instructions. We're doing very good, class. Legos today, they come with instructions. But unfortunately, life does not. Graduation, it hands you a box full of pieces. Your coursework, your skills, your experiences, but no real booklet on how to build your life. When I started teaching, I thought I'd be in the classroom for years. I loved my school, I loved my students, I loved the mission. But in December of 2021, things got really tough for me. Things were changing in our school district. Teachers were exhausted, morale was low, policies were hurting staff and students, and I knew as the building representative that I had to speak up and speak out. I advocated, I met with leadership, and change happened. And in May of that year, I was brought into the office, and I was told, Hannah, we're moving in 2 different directions. I remember that moment. Felt like failure. I felt embarrassed. I had a veteran teacher tell me, well, you should have been a little bit more quiet. Quiet about my students, my colleagues, what my school deserved? No. Unfortunately, I wasn't built to be quiet. Many of you aren't either, I know. I didn't have instructions. I didn't have a manual, but I did have my values, my skills, my experiences, my voice, and my belief that doing the right thing mattered. A friend reminded me of a quote from the great late John Lewis. He said, "Never ever be afraid to make some noise and get in good trouble, necessary trouble." A few weeks went by after my non-renewal, and I had a few community members call me and they said, "Hannah, you give us hope." So I filed to run for school board, the board of the body that governed the district that had just let me go. I had wanted to be the voice for teachers and for students, and I did not want our teachers to be punished for vocalizing their concerns. Meanwhile, I had never done a pageant, and I decided to give it a try, and sure enough, I won Miss Kentucky. What a wild experience. While I was traveling the state, I was knocking doors in the community, raising money, and in November, I became the youngest to ever be elected to school board in my community. No instructions. And I certainly didn't have a family that had been there before, but that was okay. I had belief, I had persistence, and a little delusion, but a whole lot of self-belief. You will face moments in your life where the path is unclear, and that's okay. You have to believe in yourself and build anyway. I want to hear you say, build anyway. Build anyway. All right, lesson number 3. You're going to step on a Lego. It's going to happen sometimes in your life. You probably sat on one today and thought, who put this here? My goodness. Life is going to give you challenges. It is. I'm standing in front of you as someone who has faced many. You're going to experience difficulty, disappointment, heartbreak, and sometimes loss. But you will also move through those chapters and find joy. Everybody say joy. Joy. You're going to find joy. You're going to find wins, moments where you feel deep in your bones that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Right here today, you're exactly where you're meant to be. This past year, I finished my doctorate, and if you've ever met anyone in a doctoral program, you know there's one giant mountain you have to climb. It's called a dissertation, which is essentially an independent research project. While working full-time, I felt like I was stepping on Legos left and right. My family was going through a difficult season. I had just ended a really hard relationship, and I was honestly really behind on the progress I needed to make. Then came an email from my advisor, kind, thoughtful, devastating. She told me, "You're not ready yet." My draft wasn't strong enough. It wouldn't pass the defense yet. I cried, but then I recalibrated. I told myself I would be in bed early, up reading, writing, working to push this thing across the finish line. How many of you have ever been there? Yeah. I wasn't going to let something that mattered deeply to me pass me by. And just this past May, I defended my dissertation, the first in my family to have such a degree. How you respond to stepping on Legos and how you keep moving through it, even when it's tough, will shape your life far more than the Legos themselves. Pain and difficulty do not mean you're off track. Challenge is part of learning, and often difficulty can be the best redirection. Like all builders, we often have many tools in our toolbox, and for me, there were a few things that helped me through the difficult times, and I hope you'll think about these things if difficulty ever finds you. Number 1, set goals. Everybody say, set a goal. Absolutely. Your goals are your North Star. They could be academic, personal, or something to do with your career. When things get tough, focus on your build. Number 2, grow your resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back when things get tough. Things get tough at times. When things do get tough, go connect with a friend. Turn on your favorite music. Take a deep breath. Find something that sets your soul on fire for just a minute. And number 3, I want you to foster an unrelenting belief in yourself. There are days that I don't feel like I can do it, and I still say, I can do it. And some days you have to tell yourself and convince yourself that you can. And so today I want us to all be a little unrelenting, quixotic even. So I want you to take a moment and repeat after me. I am building something great. Oh no, I didn't hear that. I didn't feel like I believed that. So I want us to say it like we believe it, okay? And I know my middle school teacher's kicking in. I am building something great.
I am building something great.
There we are. I am ready for what's next.
I am ready for what's next.
All right, now this last one, I've got to hear you. I've got to see everybody. I am the author of my story.
I am the author of my story.
All right, now I want you to turn to a neighbor and I want you to say, thank you for building with me. And now, one more time for the people that have pushed us along the way, I want you to look out to somebody who's given you a little bit of encouragement, and I want you to say, thank you for being part of my foundation.
Thank you for being part of my foundation.
Now, I don't think they could hear us, so let's try it again. Thank you for being part of my foundation. All right. Graduates, as you leave here today, I want you to remember this. Whether you're placing the first brick, you're building without instructions, or navigating the Legos of life that will come at your feet, you are creating something only you can create. Your life will not look like anyone else's. It shouldn't. It's your build. So build boldly, build bravely, build beautifully. We're counting on you to succeed because we know you will. And when you step on a Lego, remember that even those pieces, those unexpected chapters, they have a purpose. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go play well. Go build well, go boldly write your story. Give it up for the class of 2026.
Thank you, Hannah. Next, it is our honor to welcome today's student alumni speaker, Brad Mead. Brad is a 2019 Perkins Center graduate. He completed the Alpha program, where he was a full-time Big Sandy Community and Technical College student and became certified in various aspects of diesel mechanics while earning his diploma. Brad has been employed ever since he completed his training at the Perkins Center and has taken advantage of advancement opportunities along the way. Brad's determination and work ethic have led him from initial employment to the job he is currently at now. He works as a mobile technician for RK Tractors in Pikeville, Kentucky. He's working at the job he was trained for, making a livable wage and building the life he had envisioned for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Mead.
Well, holy crap, how did you follow what she just gave? I mean, that was awesome. My name is Brad Mead. I graduated the Alpha program in 2019, and like they said, I'm currently employed with RK Tractors as a mobile diesel mechanic. Before I was here at Carl D. Perkins, I worked at a fitness center in Warfield, Kentucky for a place called Warfield Fitness, and I was 22 years old, still living with my mom, and I was struggling to make a livable wage. You know, $7.25 an hour, working 40 hours a week. Basically meant you had absolutely nothing after your cell phone bill. So I kept working there till I think it was 2015. They closed the doors because the management just kind of ran it to the ground. And I decided at that moment I was going to learn a skill. I didn't care what skill it was. I didn't care if it was milking a cow, but I was going to learn some kind of skill that was going to separate me from everyone else. So, you know, I could do the things that I wanted to do in my life. So that's what led me here to the place we're all standing at today. And when I got here, it was a major change from normal life. It went from being sleeping in till 3 p.m., you know, doing whatever I wanted to do on the weekends, to being up at the crack of dawn feeling like a zombie. I got a couple of laughs. I feel good about that. When I was here, I made some of the best friends that I have still ever had. Thor, Harley, Raven, Logan. We even got together and made a movie while we were actually here. It was an action film, and looking back was some of the best memories I have ever had in my life. My friendly rivalry with Harley actually led me to break a record that we had here at Carl D, where I bench pressed 310 pounds. And along former security guard Genna, who's no longer here, but y'all missed something. He was awesome. And when I was here, I faced my share of difficulties. I butted heads with somebody while I was here, and I was packing my bags. I was out of here. I was like, I didn't have to put up with this. And Todd, wherever Todd is, he talked me into going to his office and talk to him. And he was like, don't let that, you know, that bother you. He's like, your best revenge will be success. And I decided to keep that, and I worked my butt off, and last year I made just shy of $100,000, which is, based on where I came from, was an incredible amount of money. And I think I got my revenge. That was the best revenge ever. I had to pay $23,000 in taxes, which sucked, but it was great. After I graduated here, well, actually, while I was still graduating here, I started working full-time as a mechanic for Walmart. And anyone who lives locally, I've probably worked on your car. I was working there making $17 an hour, and this is where I met my beautiful wife, and we decided to do what all young couples do. We went and bought a house. And at this point, I had gotten comfortable. I was making $17 an hour, and it felt like, you know, I was doing great. And then the first few house payments came out, and I was like, holy crap, we're not going to make it. So I started putting in application after application after application, and I was getting rejected. And I mean, it was devastating to have spent all this time here and was getting rejection, you know, rejected from the skills that I had worked for. But then one day I was sitting on my phone on Indeed, and I saw a thing where Royal King and Pikeville was hiring a diesel mechanic. And I'm like, I'll do it, why not? Just put in for it. Didn't think I was going to hear back from it. I was on my lunch break and got a call from the store manager then wanting me to come in for an interview. I came in, and my jaw hit the floor when they told me they was going to pay me for $24.25 an hour to start off as their mechanic. And this time, I had made a claim to fame rebuilding a transmission that a previous mechanic had ruined. And a few months after that, I got a call from one of the CEOs within the company asking, was I interested in being the mobile technician for the area, which basically meant I'm a sort of like a local manager on top of being a mobile mechanic, going to and from people's houses to work on their equipment. And I said, yeah, sure. I got a massive pay increase, and I also got a lot more responsibilities. Those responsibilities were one of the reasons that I make what I make now. I pushed myself hard and made sure that I separated myself from everybody. Despite the disabilities that I had, I made sure to push myself, work hard, because nobody is going to give you the life you want. You are going to have to work hard and separate yourself from everyone else. If you want something in this world, you have to get out and take it. It is not going to find you. You are going to have to find it. If I have anything that I hope you all learn, is I hope you all learn from my mistakes that I'm about to teach you. Don't ever get complacent. That is the world's most painful lesson to learn, is getting comfortable with where you are. Always try to better yourself. If you get comfortable here, it's where you're going to end up at. You're going to stay right there. But if you decide you're going to aim for the top and you ain't going to stop getting there, you will end up there. You will swing until you get to the top. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to thank all of you all for deciding to take the first step to take control of your life and set your own destiny. What you all are doing is an amazing thing. This is where the real hard part begins, but it's also where the most rewarding side goes. I am now a father of 2 boys and soon to be a baby girl, and I got they're an absolute world. And have I found success? I like to very much think so. Have I accomplished my dreams? No. My dream is to be a film director. But I am closer today than what I was yesterday. We are actually getting ready to film our first major project coming up soon, so that's going to be interesting. And I just want to say thank you, and thank you. I think your name is Willow. You did an amazing, amazing song earlier, and don't ever be scared to lean into that talent. That is great. And I guess that's all I have to say. Thank y'all for coming up, and I very much deviated from this speech, and I'm sorry.
Thank you, Brad. Great encouragement for you guys. Take what you have. As Hannah said, build. As Brad says, work. You can get there. You can achieve your dreams. Next, we have our dorm counselor, Rebecca Ball, and she will be presenting the Citizenship Award and the Most Improved Award.
Thank you, Mr. Gard. Good morning, graduates and guests. A good citizen is an active participant in the community, someone who works well with others and has compassion and respect for fellow mankind. The Outstanding Citizenship Award is given to a consumer that has made a great impact on the student body and the community. Our outstanding citizen was referred from the Prestonsburg OVR district. After completing her vocational evaluation, she returned to the center and participated in the cosmetology program. While here at the center, this consumer has impressed us with her consistent display of selflessness, integrity, and commitment to lifting others up. Staff wrote that this consumer is humble and faces difficulty not with complaint, but with gratitude. She is always looking for ways to help her fellow consumers, and she leads by example through her positive attitude and as someone who other consumers look up to. This student exemplifies all the qualities that a good citizen should have. We are all excited to see what the future holds for her, and it is my honor to present this year's Outstanding Citizenship Award to Diana Buistow. It is also my pleasure to present the Most Improved Award to one of our graduates. The Most Improved Award is given to a consumer who has made notable improvements while enrolled at the center. Our recipient was referred from the Bluegrass OVR district. This student returned after his evaluation and most recently enrolled in our logistics program. During his time at the center, he has made amazing strides both vocationally and socially. He has gained a sense of self-confidence that was lacking when he first arrived, and staff wrote that he used to be very shy and was not very comfortable around other people. Staff have witnessed this consumer becoming more sociable, and this consumer admitted that during his time here, it has helped him become a better and more well-rounded person. It has been a joy watching this consumer grow and flourish, and we are very proud of his achievements, and he has a great future ahead of him. It is my honor to present this year's Most Improved Award to Landrum Hamilton. I don't think that Landrum is attending today, but we will make sure and get his award to him. So I'm very proud of all of you, and thank you and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Becca. Our Vocational Services Branch Manager, Matt King, will now present the class of 2026. But before he moves into that, all of you have seen a lot of, or heard a lot of talk about growing and continuing to learn and advancing as you move. You heard Brad say he's still reaching for those dreams, and Hannah's continuing to find what she really wants to do. So Matt is also an example. He recently completed a doctoral program through Morehead State University. We're proud of that, and so I just want to encourage you to keep reaching for whatever it is you're dreaming of doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Matt King will now present the class of 2026.
Commissioner Yoder, Executive Director McNabb, Director Gullet, honored family and friends. I have the privilege of presenting the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center's graduating class for 2026. These graduates have achieved the requirements established by the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation for completion of the graduates in the first row. Please rise. Graduating from the Auto Lubrication and Detailing Training Program, Madeline Nelson. Graduating from the Auto Lubrication and Detailing Training Program, as well as the Forklift Training Program, Adam Clark. Braden Evans. Graduating from the Barista Training Program, Erica North. Graduating from the Alpha Program and the Big Sandy Community and Technical College, Camden Corbett. Graduating from the Child Care Development Training Program, Violet Casey. Tawana Lambert. Michelle Pope. Graduating from the Cosmetology Training Program, Willow Carter. Chloe Caudle. Asia Dant. Diana Gihosa. James Strange. Graduating from the Custodial Training Program, Emily Clint. Jason DeVries. Josiah Meeks. Dylan Navala. Caitlin Scott. Tristan Staten. Haley Kusher. Graduating from the custodial training program as well as the forklift training program, Ronald Dawson. Dustin Evans. Blake Thornton. Graduating from the custodial training program as well as the groundskeeping and forklift training program, Haley Payne Moore. Graduating from the CBS Retail Pharmacy Collaborative, Sarah Douglas. Brooklyn Irvin. Graduating from the food service training program, Caleb Black. Maggie Kernut. Juan Disciplina. Tasia Gully. Jace Gray. Bethany Hicks. Olivia Howell. Alana Lord. Alexis Nicholson. Graduating from the food service training program as well as the barista training program, Raven Davis. Mariah Moore. Lauren Sizemore. Ann Wilkins. Graduating from the food service training program as well as the forklift training program, Malcolm Ahrens. Julian Blakeman. Graduating from the forklift training program, Zachary Riggs. Graduating from the groundskeeping training program, Gabriella Bays. Graduating from the groundskeeping training program as well as the forklift training program, Braden Byers. Sean Hurahan. Graduating from the logistics training program, Marshall Matthews. Noah Peterson. Graduating from the logistics training program as well as the forklift training program, Teddy Walters. Graduating from the office technology training program, Mahalia Adams. Mara Bowen. Dawson Hill. Clinton McDavid. Celeste Oldweiler. Gabrielle Villarreal. eyes. You may move your tassels from the right to the left. You may be seated.
Graduates, while doing some research on our keynote speaker, Ms. Hannah, today, I was very intrigued by the way she seemed to take on her challenges. I read where she stated, the reality is we all have adversity. We all have challenges. And I think you've seen that today. Isn't that true? There will be days when you're challenged at home, work, or wherever you may be. A useful way to think about adversity is that while you may not always control those challenges that you face, you can often influence how you respond to them. Graduates, I challenge each of you to respond with strength, confidence, and growth in learning how to navigate these moments. Your response to those will greatly impact your future. Graduates, we cannot forget others who have worked hard to help ensure your success. So take a moment today to thank those individuals, especially family members, friends you have formed here, and staff at the Perkins Center. All of those who have helped you with your educational journey and throughout your life. They have helped create your success today. I want you to know that the Perkins Center staff we're all very proud of you and what you have achieved. We've thrown many new ideas and opportunities at each of you. The growth you have exhibited while with us at the Perkins Center continues to drive our desire to help you succeed beyond these grounds. Our hope is that you have gained some skills to meet your future challenges with the same determination and tenacity that enabled you to be successful in your program here. We wish you great success on your journey to employment. Many of you are already working. Some have that job awaiting you. What a great testament that is to the learning and preparation that you gained here. Graduates, I talk of these three things each of the past 3, maybe 4 years now, but these are things that I've believed and I've continued to believe them, and I always will. There are 3 things that require 0 skills that will help you reach your goals in life. Number 1, be on time. Don't show up late for work. Don't show up late for an appointment, an interview. Be on time. Okay? Number 2, be prepared. Be ready to go to work. Be ready to do whatever that chore or whatever it may be around your home. Be ready. Be prepared. And number 3, be coachable. Learn from people. Learn from your supervisors, your mentors, your friends, your family. Okay? Be on time, be prepared, and be coachable. On behalf of the staff, let me say that we will miss you. We have strived to help prepare you to take that next step. Congratulations, graduates. Remember, today's accomplishments are yesterday's impossibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, we will conclude our graduation exercise with a benediction from Reverend Garrett. This will follow with the recessional and refreshments in the cafeteria. Again, thank you for being with us today as we celebrate and honor the success and accomplishments of the Carl D. Perkins Vocational Training Center 2026 graduating class. Reverend Garrett.
I'm so honored and so blessed to be in your presence today, and I'm so proud of each of you. You've heard many great words of wisdom today. Let me give you something before I do the prayer. First of all, remember that you are where God placed you. Each morning you get up, there's going to be difficult days. There's going to be sometimes it's going to be hard. The Bible says, I am who I am, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So just remember that. You can do anything if you trust Him. Bow your heads with me. Oh God, our Father, as we come to your presence, we're so proud of each individual one. We're so proud of families of these young people, Lord, that have sacrificed so much and given up so much of themselves to bring this day possible. But our Father, we're more satisfied today to know, Lord, that you love them enough to die in their place on no rugged cross. You gave your life, Lord, to give them the opportunity that they have today. So please, Lord, we ask you to walk with them, talk with them, strengthen them, and be there for them in their hour of need. Watch over them wherever they may be, and let them always feel free and confident to call upon you, Lord, for you care for each of them. Thank you again for everyone, Lord, that in any way has been a part of this person's life. Thank you for everything that's been done throughout their study here, Lord, throughout this day, to make this day a great day indeed. We thank you again, Lord. We pray for you to watch over them, as many are going to travel a long way home.